All right, here we are at our 1995 Lakeview. This is a 15 by 68 foot wide body aluminum hull houseboat. This was a custom built boat back in 1995. This is a 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath layout. We've got twin 4-cylinder, 3.0 liter, 4-cylinder, inboard outboard engines, and a 12.5 kW Westerbeke generator. Of course, as usual, we will have all of these details, current asking price, full list of specifications and features and all that good stuff's all going to be over at our website, which is at www.yournewboat.com. Now, we're not hiding anything from you, but we never mention the current asking price on our video tours because those often change between when a listing is posted and when it is sold. But we do not hide those prices from you. They are all clearly available at our website for your convenience. Down in this video description, there will be a direct link to the listing page that's going to take you right to that page on our website that's going to have that current asking price, all of our contact information, so you can reach out to us for questions, set up a viewing of this one, submit an offer, anything like that. And again, asking price is going to be all over the place. We basically do our best to represent all of our listings as accurately as possible, and that means showing you the features and telling you what we are aware of that does not operate or needs attention, repairs, and things of that nature. So this is moored out at a fairly popular marina here on Norris Lake. Some of you may recognize where we're standing right now. This spot can be transferable if you wish to purchase this dock that we're also standing on. So this dock is going to be about an 18 by 70 foot covered dock. This dock is connected to shore power, features an integrated boat lift and slip, a touchless cover. We've even got a small little storage space that has been used as a half bath in the past. There's basically a shower in here. But again, all of this is covered patio. We've got fans and lights and storage. As you can see, all these storage deck boxes all integrated as well. We've got a Weber gas grill and a Traeger smoker and all that good stuff over here as well. So we're going to touch more on this dock later, but our listing is going to, or if you're looking at our website, the houseboat is priced at the website. The dock and this mooring is all available for an additional purchase. So if you're not interested in the dock, or you don't want to be moored out, you want to go into a slip, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to let you know what slip options are available here on Norris Lake. Or if you do like the idea of being moored out, then this entire package may appeal to you. At this marina, they do have a rental management program. This houseboat could be enrolled in that program as a stationary rental and rented as a floating cabin for anyone that so desired. So, all right, moving on, we're going to go ahead and step on our front porch here. Now, some of you may recognize this listing because we have had this one listed. And so many things have changed and been improved on it that we felt it necessary to come back out and shoot a whole new video walkthrough tour of this one. So here we are on our front deck. Of course, we've got some bow storage underneath. Patio furniture that you see up here right now is all remaining. Basically, everything that you currently see in this video tour is going to be included with the sale of the houseboat. And again, if you're interested in the entire package, then also all the accessories that are over here on this attached dock would also transfer as well. So, all right, that's enough here on our front porch. You do have a newer ceiling fan up here. We also do have some damage to the soffit right here. I believe that happened probably during the winter when those fan blades were not taken down. It is best practice to remove your exterior fan blades during the winter months because we will get some winds and things of that nature. And that assuming that could have been what happened to that soffit up there. But anyway, that is essentially a cosmetic item. All right, stepping on inside to our main salon area. Again, this is a 15-foot wide body aluminum hull houseboat for sale. And right here, as soon as we step in, that's going to be a 42-inch LCD television here in our main salon area. That has been connected to a tracking satellite in the past. And that's a Winegard Road Trip tracking satellite TV that is going to be compatible with DirecTV or Dish Network. If anybody was looking to renew that service, the hardware or the tracking satellite part of that system is already installed. So now here at our Helm station, we have function tested everything here. We do have an AM, FM, CD stereo. That's going to have this zoned audio has kind of been done away with. That was utilized at one time, but that stereo is going to provide sound mainly through the cabin of the boat. It does have 2 exterior speakers on both the front porch and the rear porch. The rear porch speakers do not appear to be functioning, although I do believe our front patio speakers, there was some sound out of there, just was not the loudest. We do have a functional VHF radio right here at our Helm as well, and we have function tested this. It's powered up just fine. And then, of course, that's your NOAA weather radio band that's going to be available on those marine stereos, or I'm sorry, the marine radios. MMC controls here at both lower Helm and upper Helm. Yes, this does have a functional Flybridge overhead. We've got a remote start for that 12.5 kW Westerbeke generator right here at our lower Helm, and we're showing just under 591 hours of runtime on that 12.5 kW Westerbeke. And then up here on our lower Helm controls. Now, I do want to point out, our Fireboy Halon fire suppression system is not operational. That can be, cost on that's going to be about $1,200. Otherwise, all of our other gauges up here do function. Our rudder angle indicator gauge has been intermittent. Not quite sure what's wrong with that. We do have a functional depth finder up here. We're currently showing about 76 feet of water here. Do have a functional fuel gauge. This actually can be a toggle switch for a fuel gauge here, where you can toggle back and forth between reading your port side fuel tank and your starboard side fuel tank. And then we've got functional tachometer, battery voltmeter, engine water temp, engine oil pressure, and engine hour meter for your port side engine and your starboard side engine over here on this side. All of our switches right here function as well. We got functional navigation lights, blower, freshwater pump, functional horn, and our bilge pumps along with indicators are functional. One caveat to that, we do have we've got a forward bilge pump in the forward bulkhead of the bow. Basically, you're going to have a firewall at both the sliding doors on this boat, so you've got kind of a separate compartmentalized storage space in the bow, another one in the engine room. So those are each going to have their own separate bilge pump. Both of those are going to be on manual or automatic switches. So the automatic float switch basically means if water enters that compartment and you do not have the manual switch turned on, it's going to come on and start pumping regardless. We've got 2 bilge pumps in the cabin. One of those 2 bilge pumps here in the cabin currently does not have a functional automatic float switch, but it does work on manual mode, and then the other one works on both manual and automatic, just like it's supposed to. So more on that here in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and step back here. That's kind of our rundown on the Helm. And again, all the furnishings in here are going to be included. We've got some nice shades kind of throughout, where you've got that ability to just simply pull that down. A little bit of equipment here in our television cabinet here. That's going to be a LG Blu-ray player and a Samsung DVD player. It's going to be accompany this 42-inch LCD television here, again, here in our main salon. This large sectional sofa is also transferring again. All right, so I'm now moving back. Actually, as I move back, I do want to pan down just a little bit. We try to give you the full 360-degree tour here. We do have some carpeting in here that is showing its age. It's kind of got some stains throughout. So most buyers, and again, this is purely a cosmetic issue, most buyers are going to probably want to replace this with either newer carpet, perhaps some vinyl plank flooring or anything of that nature. We do just want to point that out to you. Now, originally when we listed this, we also had some water damage right under this area right here, kind of going in this closet. Now, this is all dry right now, but this did get wet. And you've got a little bit of signs of some staining in here, okay? But all that, again, has been repaired on the top sides, no longer leaking any water, and that has dried out. We also, I think we had a little bit of, actually that all feels good. That's all cedar paneling in there. I was gonna say, I thought we had maybe a little bit of spillover into that cabinet. That all appears to be fine. So, you know, like I said, we do make every effort to represent all of our listings as accurately as possible. This is something, if you remember looking at this listing in the past, the time we originally listed this, that was an active leak that has been repaired. More on that whenever we get upstairs. Now, you heard me mention that automatic float switch. Here is the new one. It's being provided. There is an anchor light issue upstairs. New anchor lights being provided. We've got some battery disconnects that were recommended via a marine survey. Those are all being provided. Some inline fuses for overcurrent protection on some of the battery attached accessories being provided. Some GFCI outlets. I think there's about 4 of those. Those are all being provided. And of course, feel free to reach out to us. We can show you the full list of all the maintenance items that have taken place. But the biggest maintenance items that you're not going to be able to see, basically engines, generators, were all gone through this spring in March of 2024. Everything tuned up, impellers replaced. One of the engines, I think it was a port side engine, got a new fuel pump. Basically everything gone through and serviced, and everything's in good operational condition. Out drives were also serviced. This all happened in June of 2024. The boat was hauled out for an out of water survey, and both out drives were serviced. One had a repair on oh gosh, let me think here for a second. I believe it was the starboard engine, had an additional repair, and then both were serviced with new bellows kits, U-joints, gimbal bearings, changed the drive fluid, and everything put back together. So, survey that did take place in, what was our date on this? Was this also June, I believe, is when our survey was done. This is out of water survey. We show you the full survey. There are still some fixes that remain to be done, and again, hence some of those supplied items over there. But in summary, this one did receive an average plus rating, and valuation, fair market valuation for the boat only came in at $165,000. So we're actually asking less than that right now for this one at our website, because again, there are a few other things that do need to take place. So here in our galley here, all these items that you see, we're going to be transferring with this one as well. We got that Mr. Coffee maker, double stainless sink, toaster, knife block, and then of course a smooth top oven and range with over the range GE microwave, and then an electric full-size refrigerator right here, just off the galley right here. We do have ice maker built in as well. So do have that center hallway layout, and we're going to head down that hallway now. We're going to have pocket doors on our staterooms. This is going to be considered your VIP stateroom, first one here off this main galley here. You're going to step up 2 steps. You've got nice little integrated hanging closets and built-in dresser drawers, and a window right there, overhead light as well. Let's see, our bedrooms here. This is going to be a queen bed. We've got 3 queens, 1 king. And stepping back down to the main level, again, center hallway layout. And then right here to the port side of our hallway, this is going to be our central heat and air controls, your HVAC system. This was new in July of 2023. We had a brand new American Standard unit, HVAC unit installed. That was a 3-ton unit, and they replaced both the exterior heat pump and the interior air handler. So all that is new. Again, that's American Standard 3-ton unit, new in the summer of 2023. Now, here's our first of our 1.5 baths, which means we've got 2 heads. These are headhunter heads. These are great. Well, These are kind of rare in the boat world. I've seen these heads on, I think, 2 listings, or two boats that we've sold, this being one of those 2. And the customers that have had these headhunter heads have really enjoyed them. Essentially, they use it has a separate auxiliary water pump, and it's basically using a high pressure water jet in order to complete the flush and maceration of the waste, if you will. Most marine heads are going to have a macerator built in, and again, this one, instead of using a macerator, is basically just using high pressured water to accomplish the same thing. So these might be a little bit more user friendly for a lot of people. Like I said, the people that I have had that have actually had these in practice, they have loved them and have really proven to be some low maintenance, easy to operate heads. Small little corner vanity sink with built-in medicine cabinet. Of course, you got a window here and a nice linen closet here as well. All cedar lined closets throughout on this one. And then in between our 2 heads, you can kind of see down the hall there's another vanity. That's going to be the other half bath, and we have a shared shower in between. And not only is this a shower, but you've also got basically a full bathtub and shower. Tubs are kind of rare on houseboats. Typically we're going to see a lot of walk-in showers. And of course, you're going to have a pocket door on both sides of this shower access. You've got one here and over here, so you can even just leave these closed off, and these can both be locked from the inside. So when someone does come in and utilize this, you're going to be able to have your privacy in there without regard to who's using the other head. So, all right, that's looking up to the bow. Let me turn again. That's that VIP stateroom we just came through. So let me just kind of want to show you how this layout is. There's that first half bath over here on the starboard side. Another pocket door before you enter the master stateroom, which we're not going to enter yet because over here on the port side we've got a double cuddy, and again we've got another pocket door that's going to come across the top of these stairs. And let's see, we got 3 steps to drop down below that deck height. This actually drops down into the hull space right here. This is called a cuddy stateroom, and this being a double cuddy because we're going to have 2 staterooms down here. First one on the bow side or the forward cabin, we've got a privacy screen right here. It's going to separate that, and that's going to be your second of 3 queen beds. We've got another hanging closet and a small little nightstand with the dresser drawer integrated in as well. Now we do have a newer floor right here in this cuddy stateroom. And this is because the previous owner actually set up a small little office space down here that did not have the need for all 4 staterooms. So they essentially turned this into an office, and they removed the carpet in here and just replaced it with what appears to just be like maybe a glue down vinyl tile flooring, or linoleum style flooring. We've got a small little 12-volt fan over there, and of course a CO detector there as well. And we've also got window here with that same shade, updated shade, and then HVAC vent right there as well, and that's going to be your air return right there. Now, to the stern, we've got what we typically call a crawl-in cuddy. Yes, this is going to have a little bit lower clearance entering the area, but then actually the roofline's going to raise up a little bit. So our measurements down here, I think I've got those written down, and this is going to be a 4-foot 4-inch headroom here in this rear cuddy, and again, this is another queen size bed. Now the crawl-in portion, which just lasts a little bit right here, is just above 3.5 feet. I think that actually comes in about 3 feet 8 inches of clearance right there. We do have a small. That's going to be a 15-inch HD television with an integrated DVD here in this rear stateroom. Another 12-volt fan right there as well. HVAC vent, CO detector. Got a few little hanging hooks. Another window here, and a small little dresser, drawer, nightstand. We do have access to our crawl space through here. We've got access in 2 areas. This is going to be one of those. We're going to have another one up there near the Helm area. I don't know if that there's kind of a hatch in that carpeted floor there that may or may not have caught your attention. This is a great little access place. This is actually going to be your our pair of well, that's going to be the pump for that headhunter head. That's coming through this standpipe right here, and it's going through its own little strainer, and then that's dispersing that water to both of those heads. And this is going to be one of 2 aluminum waste holding tanks back here. That being the master head, and the forward one being the guest head right there. And of course, you've also got your HVAC duct work down there. You're going to have some plumbing and electrical, but the one nice feature about all of these aluminum house baits is what's not being occupied by your HVAC or electrical or plumbing, etc. is all going to be very much available storage space. This is just a plywood subfloor right here. It's essentially laying across the top of some stringers. That's going to be 1 stringer right in there. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, these plywood subfloors are basically just dropped in these areas at the factory just to make all the space more user-friendly. It's helpful for them for utilizing the space for your plumbing, your electrical, and ductwork needs, and also because of all that, also makes for great storage capabilities as well. So come right back in from that hatch. Speaking of those holding tanks, those are going to be a pair of 78-gallon aluminum. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. Those are 84-gallon aluminum waste holding tanks. Now those tanks do need to be changed out for plastic tanks. Aluminum is great for fuel and fresh water, but is not the best material for waste. So those do need to be changed out sometime in the near future. So other tanks, we've got 2 84-gallon freshwater tanks, 2 84-gallon waste holding tanks that we just talked about. We've also got a 20-gallon electric water heater and 2 78-gallon aluminum fuel tanks. Now we spoke about the headroom down there. That's going to be just under 6 feet of headroom here in the forward cuddy, as well as our upper stateroom up here. Once you make it up those steps, just under 6 feet of headroom in both those. I think they actually came in about 5'11". Now the rest of the boat is going to have about 7 feet 2 inches of headroom. That's going to be throughout on the interior. Anytime we're on this single level right here, basically you've got this single level from bow to stern, with the exception of stepping up and stepping down for your guest staterooms. Master is all on this main level, and this is, if you haven't noticed yet, this is a king size master bed. And then a lot of people will comment, is there storage underneath these beds? Because they see they're kind of built in, they're raised up off the floor. Over here, right here, you've got those kind of steps coming up to the bow side of our king master bed. There's actually not, now sometimes there's storage if there's not a cuddy below. The reason that is raised up is that is the headroom for what's right down here. So when the houseboat manufacturers first realized that they could kind of go up and under in the bedroom layout, that's when they started making boats with cuddy bedrooms. And then all of a sudden you went from maybe a 14 by 60 foot that was always going to be a 2-bed 1-bath. Then they were able to go up to a 16 by 65 and have up to 3 bedrooms and 1.5 baths, and then of course went larger from there. This one obviously being a 15 by 68 foot, and the wide body means we've got full width of our cabin walls, goes out to almost that full 15 feet. So you've got extra space in the living area as well. So again, here in our master stateroom, we do have small little integrated nightstand, dresser, drawer over there on that bow side, ceiling fan overhead, and then show you our television here. That's going to be a 32-inch LCD television here in the master stateroom. And of course, you're seeing that entry to that other half bath. You have a pocket door right before you enter this one as well. Another linen closet here in the master portion of the 1.5 bath, so the Jack and Jill layout. That's going to be that other headhunter head, and it's going to be your stacked washer and dryer, and that is going to be a Kenmore stacked washer and dryer unit. And then of course we've got a vanity sink with some storage and a medicine cabinet integrated in to there as well. So at the headhunter head, you're just going to push these to flush, and you hear that water jet right there. Maybe you can hear that, but yeah, simple as that. So it's actually even much quieter than your typical macerator head. All right, we've got some integrated dresser drawers and another hanging closet here in our master stateroom, all cedar lined as well. And then again, we're kind of looking forward there. And then here's that large king size master bed, ceiling fan overhead, and a little bit larger integrated nightstand and dresser drawers over here on this side as well. All right, so that I believe covers everything on the interior here. Let's step on out our rear sliding door. We've got a newer roller kit it's been installed on this sliding door here. Stepping out to our rear porch area, and this is going to be obviously already have the engine hatches raised here in our engine compartment. Again, this is the those Volvo Penta 3.0 GS. If you know Volvos, the G stands for gas. And that's going to be a 3.0 liter inline 4-cylinder inboard outboard engine. Again, the outdrives were just serviced on this one. That 78-gallon aluminum fuel tank right there, that's going to be one of them. The other one's going to be on the other side. We do the full 360 pan here, and then that's going to be our 12.5 kW Westerbeke generator. 2 batteries right here. You can see the batteries are secured, lids on them, secured from movement. It's going to be your slide water pump down there. And over here on our starboard side, we've got a integrated C charger, C-Star hydraulic steering, 2 more batteries over here, and that's going to be that Halon fire extinguisher system. That does need to be replaced right there. And this is going to be that bilge pump we talked about. This is a really good look at the bilge pump we talked about. If you're not sure what we meant by automatic float, so this is an automatic float right here. The design is that when water comes in this compartment, it floats this switch up, and when it gets to a certain level, it kicks on that bilge pump. So that's how it works in an automatic mode. There's also going to be a manual switch where you can run that manually. So now here's your strainer for your generator exhaust. It does use lake water to cool the exhaust, and you can start this from that area that we showed you earlier up at the lower helm or here. And actually I just noticed we're showing 592.6 hours here on this hour meter. I think it was 590.9 up at the remote start at the lower helm. So we're always going to go by the higher hours here, so we'll probably round this up, call it 593 hours. And again, this is a 12.5 kW Westerbeke generator. Okay, I think that covers it here in our engine room. Let me step on out of here. We'll go ahead and close this port side hatch as well as the starboard side hatch. You can hear that HVAC running right here. Again, that is that new American Standard unit, 3-ton unit, just purring along. We've got a nice integrated swim platform back here as well, and it's going to be our water slide. Now, the water line here on this slide does need to be replaced. These actually kind of deteriorate pretty easily out there in the weather. You can kind of see there's where that old line is, so that just needs to be replaced, that water supply line there. And then also here in our slide, we need to do a little bit of work right here. I would probably use maybe even some Pitthane Ultra on here just to resurface this slide right there. Good look at our rear porch here. We've got lighting out here. We've got 2 of those speakers. I think we touched on that earlier. Spiral staircase going up to the top. Let's take that now, head upstairs, and then we'll show you. So our roof does need to be recoated, but essentially what was done in 2023, give you a little look down that water slide there. What was done in 2023 was basically some patches were done. And this is some areas right over here. Excuse me just a minute, I hear our stereo on. This is a separate stereo up here. You get this turned off. There we are. Get that turned off there. That's going to be a Clarion. This is AM, FM, CD, auxiliary input stereo. And we've got 3 separate speakers up here on our roof deck. 2 of those being right here in our Flybridge seating. And we've got a 3rd up here just tucked under our canvas party top. Now, our party top does need to be replaced right here. Again, this is another cosmetic item, so it's not urgent. But it does need to be replaced. Our rail canvas is also showing some age, and it's getting worn and deteriorated. Now would really be a good time if anybody wanted to change the colors of this one. You know, that right there is going to be a big bulk of your color scheme right there. So back to our roof area. So that area that was repaired that we mentioned previously in this listing. Was going to be this area right here. This whole area was replaced. So basically when you have water coming in, you've got a gel coat surface that's on the very top layer, and then underneath that gel coat is fiberglass, and underneath that fiberglass is going to be marine grade plywood. So you don't want to use a pressure washer up here. It's going to kind of cut the life out of your gel coat. You want to just clean this with a water hose and a soft little deck brush. Soap and water is all you're really going to use up here. But this is new gel coat right here. So essentially where we had some moisture coming in, water had, the gel coat had was pretty much gone. And the fiberglass was there, and water eventually will kind of penetrate through that fiberglass surface. And then it's going to start getting that marine grade plywood wet and eventually rotting it. So in this area right here, basically when that happens, they're going to cut all the way back out into the good wood. They're going to use that as a template. Going to put some new marine grade plywood in there, re-fiberglass that, and then they're going to re-gel coat that. So that was done in this area right here, and there were a few other areas. And I'm not sure how noticeable this is going to be, but you kind of have 2 different tones right here. And basically this is like a brighter white area right here and a little bit less bright right here. Well, this was going to be another area that was repaired. And there's going to be 2 more areas right here that were repaired. Another area right here at the Flybridge that was repaired. Now these other repairs, these were not active leaks, but when they started looking for other signs of moisture intrusion, these are areas where they found moisture intrusion, where that moisture had penetrated through that fiberglass. So basically they're going to cut out any wood underneath there that had gotten compromised, replaced it with good. 2 more repairs right here. And then here's another spot right here. It's another good rectangle here and here. And I think we had some other work kind of done on the gutters here. The gutters on a houseboat are a little bit different than the gutters you're used to seeing on a home. This right here, anywhere where you have these raised surface areas, these are considered gutters. And that's because they direct the water or the rainwater, and it directs it over to here, and then that's where it's going to go over, is where that little cutout is. So you can kind of see we did have several areas repaired. Now this one does still need to be recoated. You can use gel coat. Gel coat, you got to be careful because gel coat is very sensitive to work with. It really needs to be done in a controlled environment, as in inside a building. When you're doing it outside, gel coat, like I said, it's just very difficult to work with. You don't always get a good application. There are alternatives, and several of your alternatives are going to be a lot more DIY friendly. One of those is going to be that Pitane Ultra. That can be done in DIY application. We also have pros that will install that as well. Duratek's another product that's been used extensively in marine environments. And there's even more than that, but there are options. So this one, yes, this one does still need to be coated. The hard work was done up here. It can be done DIY from here, depending on what product that you would like to use. So, do have a functional Flybridge up here. Functional speakers as well. We've got VHF antenna right here. It's going to be your steering controls, your MMC controls, and then basically kind of the same as down below. You're going to have that engine oil pressure, tachometer, engine water temp, and battery volts for both your port side engine over here and your starboard side engine over there. You've got keys for both of those, and then of course that dual station MMC control. Now, one of those other items in that survey, you saw that anchor light kind of laying down there on the bow. So this is what Lakeview installed from the factory. However, that is not high enough because we have this party top back here. That nav light should actually be up here on our radar arch, probably next to that tracking satellite dish on either side. And that larger pole right there is so that it can be visible to other boaters. You want that anchor light to be the highest point on the boat. Now we've also got 2 flagpoles back here on the rear. Neglected to mention those to you just a moment ago, so I'll walk back here and show you those 2 flagpoles, one right there and one there. And then of course here's going to be that covered patio on that dock that we spoke of earlier too. So I think that's going to do it for the houseboat. And that's a new trumpet horn up there as well. So I think that's everything up here. Let me go down below now. Now we're going to focus on this dock. We kind of went through all the details on the houseboat. Again, our shortcut to get you over to the listing for this one at our website is going to be down in that video description. If you're watching this video on a device that does not show you that video description, all you gotta do is go to our website, yournewboat.com, click enter, and when you see that orange lettering, that lets you know you're at the right place. Click that Find Your New Boat button. When you click that, it's gonna show you all of our inventory and order price. You're gonna recognize this one. We're gonna have some great aerials of this one that are gonna kind of give you a good idea of the houseboat and dock package where you're gonna be able to see it. So let me show you right here. We've got some newer caulking down here on this one right here. This is going to be that hull, the deck joint. This is all new caulking on this one. So that's a lot of those maintenance items. Again, that was something else that came up in that survey that needed to be addressed. We do have some cracking in our exterior right here where you've got this kind of darker stripe on here. This is paint, and that's just cracking from some heat right there. You get a little bit of that happening on the other side as well. So now this is fairly cosmetic, but you do want to keep these exterior walls waxed both sides. And if this one stays where it currently is on this mooring, you can see this side right here on our starboard side is getting a lot of shade protection, a lot of UV light protection. So this side does not need as much attention as the other side. Now the other side, you probably need to be waxing it twice a year where you're out there getting that full sun. And then also keeping an eye on that silicone caulking as well. So now let's show you our kind of shower house on our dock right here. We've got a nice large vanity sink, integrated medicine cabinet. Obviously this has kind of being utilized as storage capacity right here. Great place to store wet items. We've got some skis and paddles over here in this small little shower. Now we'll say we've got like a soft spot kind of underneath the floor of this one. Not quite sure what kind of tiles these are. These are like a lay-in vinyl tiles maybe, but it's soft and wet underneath this flooring here. So that probably just was not installed properly when that building was kind of set on our dock right here. Now we do have a second refrigerator. This is actually a larger. This is a Whirlpool side-by-side refrigerator. Much larger capacity in here. And then we've got a water heater overhead. Now that water heater is you find it here. That's a 19-gallon electric water heater. This dock has its own water supply system. Here at this marina, they do not provide water. You got to get that from the lake. So this is actually that water intake line. Now this typically is going to be going right down through here. This basically has not been de-winterized yet this year. But on the other end of that water line, it's actually laying over here. That's going to be a strainer right there. So your water is going to be coming up through that. Looks like about 15-20 feet deep. And you're going to be running through a series of filtration. We've got a central water filtration system right here, another filter right here, and then a UV light. This is going to be your UV controller. UV lights going through here. And then, of course, that's going to go up. We'll go through that water heater for utilization in the shower house. And then there is another water lines going all the way over down here. And then that water line right there can be connected to the boat. Here on the houseboat, you can use your water one of two ways. You can simply plug right into your bow area right here. That's going to be that's going to plumb the entire boat. You can also fill your freshwater tanks, either direct connection right there, or there's even a valve on the interior that will divert that water flow from plumbing the boat to simply filling the tanks. Paddle boards right there, like I said earlier, those are going to be included for anybody that does want this whole package. And then the other cool toy for this one is going to be this large slip right here with this touchless cover. If you've never heard of these touchless covers, these are really slick and it can make carrying for your boat that much easier, that much less maintenance. So here in this dock, we're gonna have, this is a 9.5 by 27.5 feet integrated boat slip with this touchless cover. This is gonna be an 8,000 pound capacity Duratek boat lift. And these boat lifts, simply we've got the side mount attachments that simply fills up with air and displaces water and does the reverse of that to get lowered and can raise up to 8,000 pounds capacity. Previously there was about a 24-foot Centurion, I think, on here previously. So basically a wakeboard boat was utilized here. Now the beauty of these touchless covers is when you pull your boat in here and you drop that cover, you're going to have that boat's still going to breathe. So you can put your boat away wet, and with that touchless cover, it's going to be covered. You're not going to be getting dust and dirt and pollen and rainwater in it, and yet it's also going to breathe enough where you're not going to have a science experiment going on when you come back. You're not going to get any mildew or mold growing in there like you would if you covered it with a traditional mooring cover or snap cover. Also going to give you a little bit of security. When that cover drops, it goes all the way down, and it's not easy to get up underneath one of those when it is down. Boat lift's going to be right over here, and here's your controls for this Duratek boat lift right here, where you can power this that pump on to raise this up, or open the valves and release the air in there, start lowering it down. We got two wind stands right here, and another pair of wind stands up there on the front. So this one is basically on an independent mooring system. Now, pull your boat in there, you lift that up, you're done with it. Just get out your touchless cover remote right here, hit the down button, and off it goes. So again, that's a 27.5 foot by 9.5 foot boat slip. You got nice fingers on each side of this. Got two paddle boards going with this one. Extra dining table set up there. We got a small little fish cleaning station right over here. That's a nice little magma cleaning station right here. This is just on a little mount right here. Well, it's probably hard for me to do with one hand. That can basically lay flat. I've got some water connections right there that's going to utilize that lake water pump. And then again, we've got that Traeger smoker over here, as well as this little Weber gas grill. Birds have made this little mess right here. They've got some birds nesting just right up there above there, so I apologize for that mess being in there for our video tour. Now, one other feature that I do not want to neglect pointing out is this Shock IQ alarm. So this is going to have a sensor that simply goes into the lake right here. That's going to be this sensor right here. You drop this overboard, and then you plug in the other side of that. Is one of these 3 cords right here. You can plug that into your power, and then this is going to be checking for electrical current in the water. That is anybody that's moored out in a marinas harbor. You know, if you're away from the marina catwalks, if you're 100 yards away from the marina catwalk, you can swim in the water. But keep in mind, these cabins that are moored out, you do have shore power coming to them, supplying power from shore via underwater mining cable. And that Shock IQ is a great option that's worth every penny, and that's going to basically cut down on your risk of electroshock drowning, because that's always going to be monitoring for current in the water. If it detects anything, it's going to go off and notify you. So additionally, we do have some sunshades integrated into this side of our dock right here, because this is where you're going to be getting that afternoon, late afternoon sun and heat. So yeah, this is a really neat package. And this houseboat's in good condition, above average condition, and it is ready for a new owner. Now, also I should point out one more thing. There's one other item available as an additional purchase, and that is a 2010 Avalon Paradise 2010 Avalon Paradise Fun Ship Tri-Tune. That is powered with the 225 4-stroke Honda outboard motor. I'm not going to show you a whole lot of that one because it really needs to be detailed, but this is something we'd be happy to show you and let you see if you are interested in the full package. Otherwise, that Avalon Tri-Tune is going to be going up for sale separately once the houseboat and dock here sells. But yeah, we've got a water slide on it. It's got a built-in refrigerator, 12-volt refrigerator, AM, FM auxiliary stereo, and a sun deck. It's got a second level up there, which you can utilize for that water slide or laying out in the sun. And it's got a pop-up changing room, a Garmin GPS chart plotter, 25-inch diameter pontoons. That one is rated for 17. It also has a transferable slip there at the marina there as well. So also down this side, you can see we've got that caulking at that hull of the deck joint. That's all been done recently. Window caulking, I believe, has all been touched up, any spots that were needed as well. But over here on this side, where you are getting that morning sun basically unfiltered because you don't have the dock over here on this side, we're getting a little chalky over here. You can repaint these exterior walls. Now you can, this one probably going to need about 3 coats of wax before that oxidation comes off there. It starts shining good again. We've also had people that just do vinyl wraps on these as well. But regardless, this side, left here in this spot, needs to be waxed a minimum of twice a year, and that's probably after you're going to do 2-3 coats of wax on there to just kind of bring it back to where it should be. So again, visit our website for a full list of details, current asking price, our contact information. We do not monitor YouTube contact page, I'm sorry, the YouTube comment page. So if you do have any questions about this one, if you do want to schedule a time to come view it in person, set up a showing, submit an offer, anything like that, just look for that look for that direct link down in the video description. That's there for your convenience, so you can easily find this one at our website. But again, if you're watching this on a device that does not show you that video description, yournewboat.com is the website. When you do make it to the listing page for this one, you're gonna see our phone number, a link to send us an email, and you can also text that number, so you can reach out to us by phone, by text, or by email, whatever's most convenient for you. We do like to remind you, if you call us on the phone and you get our voicemail, if you want to return phone call, keep in mind we are very frequent frequently in areas without cell phone reception. So if you do want to return phone call, all you got to do is take the time to leave us a message. If you leave us a detailed message to let us know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have, either when we finish up with a customer or we return to cell service area, we will gladly return that call, have all those questions answered for you. Additionally, if you send us an email, if it's been one business day and you have not gotten an email reply, please check your spam folder. We are generally very quick about getting email replies back out to people. Generally, we get those back out in a matter of a couple hours during business days. But yeah, if you have not seen it in one business day, check your spam folder. And I believe that's going to do it for us. So again, a lot going on with this one. You can buy just the boat, and at the website, just the houseboat is going to be priced. Inquire with us. If you are interested in the dock package. Basically we're taking offers for the package. We do have the price for the boat, and basically the dock package we're taking offers on. So, and now in the rare case that this boat gets sold with and does go to a slip, and just the dock becomes available, then the dock will get listed separately. So otherwise, I hope that answered all the questions. We try to talk about everything on this one, just to try to represent it as accurate as possible. But again, any questions, reach out to us. Two things are going to be coming up over top of your screen as we start to conclude here. One's going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, it's a great way to get notified anytime a new listing comes available. And the other one's going to be a shortcut to our current listings playlist. If you don't want to go to our website, but you want to see what else we have available, you're going to simply want to click that current listings playlist, and that's going to take you there. So again, I thank you for joining us. Again, this is the 1995 Lakeview 15 by 68 foot wide body aluminum hull houseboat for sale. Again, 4 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, twin engines. Mechanically, this one is ready to go. Does have a few maintenance items that do need to be addressed. And we're going to have those details all at the website too. If you forgot what it was that we talked about, it's all going to be over there. So again, thank you for joining us. Again, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoyed this. Even if you're not in the market for anything, you just enjoy watching it and kind of getting away from your office cubicle or something like that, hey, we're happy to have you as a subscriber. If you subscribe to our channel, you get notified when new listings come available. And otherwise, that current listings playlist is going to show you everything that we currently have to offer. And I thank you again for joining us. Again, it's the 1995 Lakeview 15 by 68 foot wide by aluminum hull houseboat for sale again here on the beautiful fresh waters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. And I thank you again.